Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, folks, back in the Elk Grove studios. And it's Twisted Tuesday. Carol Brandolino is in the house, and we got a great show lined up today, guys. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military, our veterans, and of course, you wonder watching this show. It's fun. It's Tuesday. It's fall. It's going to rain all day today, but everything's going to be good. Let's go to work. Woo, as Rick would say. Yep, it is Twisted Tuesday. How you guys all doing? Carol, what's up on the south side of Chicago? What's going on with you today?
Oh, it's going good. Just chilling on one of the conference rooms here. And I got so much, I got a lot of shit to talk about. You know, just we're going to be all over the place today. It's okay.
That's why that's what it is. That's what we're supposed to do, folks. Before we get into the whole Redemarow thing, a regular lineup and everything like that, folks, let's just get to lost connection. Hold on. Am I frozen? Can you hear me? God, what is it today? All right, here we go.
No, you're fine.
Maybe what happens.
You're good.
I'm good. Okay, that thing was on. All right, let's get real fast to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Our good friends from Ace. Listen, it's that time of season, folks. It get cold, winterize some things. Expect the roof and gutters, seal drafts and gaps. Check the outdoor plumbing, winterize outdoor equipment, stock on emergency kit, flashlights, batteries, blankets, food, bottled water. Get those alarms checked. And, of course, buy two and get one free on select first alert smoke CO2 detectors. Also, buy three and get one completed furnace. That's right. And Halloween is just around the corner, so if you need some last missions, go to Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Ace Hardware. All right, so couple things. I just got a call, talked on the phone with our good friend, Mr. Ron Onesti, everybody, and he's got a special deal for you guys coming up this Sunday, October 26th. Now, if you remember the great Sophia Loren, one of the greatest actresses, the Italian heritage, well, wait, it's going to be a special film festival, stories with the great, of course. Now, this is just a tribute to her, obviously. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, here's the deal. You have the great Italian singer, Pasquale Esposito, all the way from Naples, Italy, folks. And we're going to have the great, what do I got here for? I just got that right. Carlo Ponti Orchestra. So it'll be a big orchestra with the Naples singer in front showing all the great clips of Sophia Loren, stories about Sophia Loren. And listen, right now, 2-for-1 tickets. $15. 2-for-1. 2-for-1 tickets. Promo code SOFHIA 50. It's Sophia 50. That's the code on oshows.com, folks. This Sunday, October 26th, Plains Theater, tribute to Sophia Loren, 2-1 tickets. $15. Nice. UK tank for that. No. So be there Sunday, October 26th. A great deal from our good friend, Ron Onesti. Also, at the end of the hour, folks, 2 free tickets to Tony and Friends, November 9th at the Plains Theater, oshows.com. We got a lot going on. We're excited about that. We're going to give a trivia question for 2 tickets. Now, we already gave away 4 tickets already in the last 2 days, so get your chance to join us. Now, that lineup is going to be over the top. Joe Catafio, Lisa P., Louis Pipes, Jenny Impardo, Christian Knievel, John Garini, and the whole main event band. It's going to be great. That is Sunday. Ronnie B., that's Sunday, November 9th, oshows.com, Des Plaines Theater, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay. Congratulations to the Toronto Blue Jays beating the Seattle Mariners, and now the Toronto Blue Jays will go against the Los Angeles Dodgers for the MLB Baseball World Series game.
Okay.
So, of course, Toronto beat the Yankees, so I hate Toronto, but I hate LA more. But today I'm going to go with I want LA to win.
Okay.
Beat Toronto and screw it there.
Okay.
And Dan Manley, their manager. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all you want. Just come back like this. Absolutely. And speaking of the Yankees, Genus Montero. Speaking of the Yankees, Genus Montero, one of their players, died at the age of 35 years old. A Yankee player, folks, in a motorcycle accident. Oh. Horrible. 35. And how about right now in Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of their running backs, Doug Martin, has died too at the age of 35 years old. I mean, these guys, these people are just dropping. I know motorcycle accidents, car accidents, but right?
Yeah, it's accidents, but also, did you hear about this really well-known chess player? He was like a grandmaster. He was 29 years old. They're thinking that he died of suicide. And when you kind of delve a little deeper into the story, I was reading it last night when I was getting ready for bed, because so many people, I didn't know who he was, but obviously in the world of chess, he was very well known and very well liked. Well, some other grandmaster started rumors. This is how bad rumors are. Started rumors that this guy was cheating, some kind of cheating. So this guy went into isolation and hiding because people started, bullying him online and doing horrible and saying horrible things. This is what rumors do. This is when things happen, even in schools, rumors aren't nothing.
I had a whole show on rumors. Everything. You're right.
Yes, rumors are everything. You know why? Because dumbass people believe them, unfortunately. Or most people, you want to say, all right, you know what? I heard that, but let me maybe try and find out if that's true. Or if I know somebody really well and I'm hearing rumors about them, I try to say, you know what? I kind of judge people on how they treat me. Or you try to find out if it's true, because that could really, the guy killed himself because of it. He went into isolation. He was very depressed. 29 years old, this guy had a whole life ahead of him, and he was very talented, very brilliant. And it just makes me sick. These rumors, people got to stop. There was something online today. Somebody posted it about if people can't compete with you, they lie about you. They start a rumor. If they can't compete with you,
it's all the jealousy thing to put you down.
It's
horrible.
So sad.
It's horrible. Look, Ricky Hatton, just last week, 2 days ago, Ricky Hatton, former boxer, hung himself, suicide. Arturo Vega, and his son did the same thing. This illness that we talk about on every show, topic about it, it's just so crazy. It's just so, and I don't know, man. It's and then you get these people that are, and it's a serious thing. And I know there's hotlines and I know there's places, but you know what, Carol? Sometimes I think they have this and they don't know who to reach out to. Right? How do you?
Well, they do. They feel isolated. I know. If anybody, because some of them are lonely. I think part of the problem is they're lonely. That causes probably depression in itself, is being lonely and not having somebody to confide and talk to. They don't have families. We're very blessed. People don't realize how lucky you are. If you have a handful of friends, even just a handful of people that you trust, and your family, that you can actually talk to. Not everybody has family they can talk to or confide in. They just don't. That's why they say be kind to people, because you don't know what they're going through. Be an ear to listen.
Unfortunately, sometimes, Carol, too, family will stab you faster than your friends will.
Yeah. That's true. It's sad but true.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
sometimes, like we said too, sometimes a lot of jealousy. All right, guys. Did you hear about this
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A eater? Are you a fast food eater, Carol? Do you eat fast food?
I like some.
No.
I like some fast food. I'm not going to lie, but Chick-fil-A was
Sometimes.
never one. It doesn't do anything for me. I tasted it
Okay.
once and I was like, it's not
All
even.
right, but the
It's
thing
chicken.
is,
It tasted better.
yeah, you don't know what it is exactly. But the thing is, what they're starting to do in certain states, here in Denver, they have Chick-fil-A vending machines. They have fast food vending machines now. So you thought it was bad when you were going through the drive-through and getting it. Now you got to put them. I mean, this is in Denver for fast food that you can't. I mean, they're putting them in, and they're putting them in companies and stuff. This is the first fast food chain that's doing it. I think maybe Subway
Hmm.
might have did something. How do you eat a Subway sandwich out of a vending machine?
I mean, do they have little robots that make the sandwich? Do you press what you want on it and then you see them making it? I wouldn't doubt that that's going to happen at some point. Look at on the cruise ships, it has that robotic arm that makes the drinks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yep,
So,
yep, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So,
it's coming.
yeah,
It's coming.
a little crazy. It's coming is
Mm.
absolutely right. And man, some of the stuff I was hearing about here, a Vegas casino gets fined $2 million. And you know why? They caught a 7-year-old gambling in the casino.
How did the 7-year-old
A
get in?
7-year-old
What?
gambling in the casino.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Right. If you go on the yeah, first of all, how did they get in? Well,
Yeah.
parents could be on one side, kid could
Mhm.
be walking around, whatever, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. I mean, crazy. I mean, where are these parents? Where are these
So
parents on these kind of kids?
that's very young, but I will say this: my mom and my aunt, when I was 15, okay, I looked older, and they wanted to go. They loved their gambling back then, and they wanted to go to Atlantic City, and I was 15. So we went, dragged Carol along. I went to so many things I wasn't supposed to go to at a younger age because I looked older. They threw a fur coat on me, no joke. They're like, "Do your hair and makeup." They threw a fur coat on. I was like a prop. Okay. So we went to the Atlantic City and I was in there ordering drinks. Like I wasn't gambling. I'm not a gambler, but I was ordering drinks and they were just gambling all night. I just had the best
Yeah.
time. When I was 15, nobody knew it. And back then they weren't as strict, this anymore with IDs. And, we got into clubs all the time back then, younger. No one really checked IDs. They didn't really care. But yeah, I was there. I went to go see Eddie Murphy
Right.
Raw when I was like
Right. Sure.
14 years old. Places I shouldn't have been, but this is their fault now. The way I am is because I saw things at an age where it was impactful. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Well-rounded.
it's crazy now. Yeah. Back then, you could get away with a lot of shit. Now you can't get away with anything. But
Mhm.
obviously, this 7-year-old did. And, sometimes these kids look a lot older than they are. And, but 7 years old, you got to tell this guy
Yeah,
can't be,
that's
I mean,
right.
yeah, just crazy as
Yeah.
it is. How about this, Carol? Here in the news, an Italian man gets caught after 53 years of fooling. He was faking that he was blind for 50 years just to get the stable checks and payment checks. He faked that he was
The
blind.
disability?
He made 1 point. Wait, yeah, he pretended that he was blind. He finally got caught. It was a man. 53 years he was doing this. He made $1.1 million fooling people and getting the checks. He was not blind.
I mean, he took a chance.
50. He must have been a good blind guy. He got away
Right.
with it for that many years.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive,
Wow.
actually. That's impressive. To do
It
it for that.
is, but wait a minute. What can you? But how can you live your life? You can't even.
Well,
You can't even
no,
slip
I
out
mean,
and say, "Fuck it."
listen, when he went to this whatever the building, Social Security building, wherever you go for disability, there he was blind. I guarantee
Yeah.
you, throughout his life, when he was doing his thing, he didn't act blind around people that he couldn't trust. You better make sure you're around people you could trust.
Yeah.
With what they know what you're doing. You're gonna have a group of people. He probably had to pay people off. I don't know, but good for him if he got away with it, I guess. I don't know.
I guess it wasn't right. Absolutely. Another thing, folks, got to remember tonight is going to be another edition of Ocean's Pit tonight at 7:30. It's good buddy Richie Huffer from Seventh Heaven and Mary Grievous from NTD Vacations. And we're going to talk about that our Just Music Cruise, January 17th to January 25th. There's a lot of people asking questions. It's not that far away, folks, but we're going to tell you drink package deals. We're going to the difference between Royal Caribbean and the new MSC World America ship, which is going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of the ups and downs about the cruises. And so we just tune in tonight, 7:30, a special edition of Ocean's Pit. And again, the cruise is MSC World America, January 17th to January 5th, 2026. 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Ocean Cay. So go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725 from NTD Vacations. And she's going to be there too. You can call her there. She's going to be answering some too on the live remote tonight at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you sit and watch that. And Mary, of course, for good friends from Mary from NTD Vacations, but she also does the state company, folks. That's right, our good friend Mary. No, there it is. Boy, this thing again. There it is. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me. You're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Give her a call at 630-688-1725. M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. Taking care of all your needs. That's right. All right. So, okay. Move the screen over here. I'm telling you, we had the global thing yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Even through computers weren't working. Something with a couple of my people told me that even Laura's computers went up downstairs. It was a little crazy. All right, don't forget, folks, at the end of the hour, we'll be giving away 2 free tickets to the Tony Ocean and Friends show. Carol, if you work for Google employees, when they pass away, their spouse is paid half a salary for 10 years, while their kids receive $1,000 monthly until they're 19 years old.
Wow. Well, that's where my next resume is going. That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that is really, really cool. It makes a lot of sense. They give you a lot of perks, there is stuff too. And you know what? Sometimes you're trying to work for a job that does that. I think it's kind of cool. Carol, I know this weekend, the whole crazy No Kings protests all over the 7 million supposedly in the United States. But now they're saying that they were showing footage of stuff that happened from 2020, and it wasn't really those big of a crowd. So, I mean, it also depends on what TV station, and, we're going through here. So what was your old take on that? Even when we were in Spring Valley, Wisconsin, which is very liberal, near Madison there, when we did our show, there was maybe about 10, 15 people. I mean, that's all there was in that little corner. But what's your take on all? And did it accomplish anything?
I mean, do protests accomplish anything? I mean, people get their voices heard, right? I mean, they're just practicing their freedom of speech. But the thing is I did look into it to see if these pictures were real, and they were. You know what? Most of them were real. They were debunked. So that's fine. A lot of people showed up. Okay, fine. But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people protesting, but this was not, for the most part, it wasn't peaceful. It wasn't peaceful at all. And all they're doing is it's just counterproductive on their part. It's making them look even worse. Now, the good thing is nothing violent happened. They just show their true colors. And these people, what do they say in Italian? Pazzo? What does pazzo mean? Does it mean you're crazy?
Pazzo.
Okay. That's it. I'm just telling you, when I see the people in their animal costumes, the people with their wigs on, the clown outfits. What you're trying to protest somebody. This is the biggest problem to me. You're trying to protest somebody. He's not a king. He says it himself. This isn't that's not the problem. He is he is making changes. He brought home so many hostages. That by itself, 1000%. What are you protesting? What are you protesting? He is creating peace in other parts of the world what are you protesting? It must not matter to you then. It must not matter to you. The peace is not what they care about because they're not peaceful people. They're not normal. They're not well, most of them. Some of them maybe mean well. I believe that. I do. But the others make everyone else look bad. So, those people, if you're protesting, so I always say, try to be a part of the solution. Okay. If you're going to do something, and get out there, be part of the solution. You walking around with something in your hand, making horrible gestures, yelling and screaming and cussing at people. That's not part of the solution. You're not fixing anything. You're part of the problem. So do one or the other, or teach your kids to be part of the solution, not the problem. Because what are you doing that's helpful at that point? What are you doing? How is anything going to change? Nothing.
I agree with you. Nothing. And I think the people that protest are the people that were against him anyway. I think not that many new followers switch sides. Kings.
No.
Donald Trump's not a king, folks. And Donald Trump was a king. Kings like that, protests would never happen in the UK. If nobody charges nobody does all this. So a king's thing, but I understand what they have to do. They do. I'm glad it was there was no violence. At least they did protest what they had to do. But to me, I don't think they gained any new followers. I just think it was the people that hated Trump from the very beginning.
Yeah, and they're going to lose followers. They're going to lose people because they're going to watch us on TV and they're going to see how dumb they look and how just idiotic they look because they're not doing anything productive at all. So they're going to lose people.
No, I agree with you 100%. And then speaking of like princes or kings, Prince Andrew reportedly emailed Jeffrey Epstein a day after the infamous picture emerged. We are in this together. And you heard about this Prince Andrew thing. Prince Andrew, like 3 or 4 times, he's been convicted already supposedly on this Epstein. And now they're trying. He stepped down from. But you know what? We're gonna go repeat this crap with the Epstein list. It's not gonna come out. I don't believe it's gonna come out. We've talked about this how many times, and it's just old news because I don't think they're gonna release it because I think everybody is gonna be in a really wake up in a shock if that list came out.
Yeah, it would be detrimental, hugely, and I think it's not, I don't think it's a great thing. I think that we should be more transparent, but even the people that are here to do good, I think we would be really disgusted and sad to see what really is on there. I really do. But I do think that would just cause like mass hysteria, and that would cause more fighting. So I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't know. I'd like to see, but then at the same point, I could see why it might not be the best thing right now, as divisive as everything is at this point.
I agree with you 100%. I didn't get a chance to look at the screen here on my end, and I don't know if I could even. I pushed something, everything moves. Everything's all screwed up on me today on my side, folks. Anyway, you know, Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, folks. Thank you guys all for watching. But of course, I got some comments coming in now. It's all a distraction to blow up on the media. It's crazy how many people will go through the trouble because they're all sliced short of a loaf. Wouldn't it be something if they were all right? Oh my God. Well, boy, there you go. They're all definitely a little lost up there. But like I said, I don't think they gained anybody new. I think it's the people that hated them and they did whatever they do. Yeah. Diane, if that list comes out, they better be facts and pursue criminal charges on the shit show. The problem is, Diana, Prince Andrew, there's no charges on him. Bill Clinton has always been on that list. They mentioned it 3 or 4 times already. Nothing's happened to former President Bill Clinton. He's still out talking about going and doing speeches in places. There's nothing going to happen to Clinton. Nothing going to happen if they're on their Democratic list. Nothing's going to happen to these people. Nothing's going to
Yeah,
happen
it's not going
because
to
if
be wrong.
one
I don't
goes
think it's gonna
down, yeah, they're going to bring everybody down. They're going to bring everybody down. So,
Yep.
all right. Anyway, let's see. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, 12 o'clock. Hey, Carol, one large pizza is more cost effective than two medium ones. If you order an 8-inch pizza, it's actually be bigger and more filling than 2-inch pizzas. Look at that.
2-inch pizzas? What?
12-inch pizzas.
Oh,
Excuse
okay,
me. Not
okay,
2-inch.
okay. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
rewind
I
that.
mean,
Yeah, rewind that. Boy, a grandpa. Okay, here you go. I'm just coming up with stories that just out of the blue here. A grandpa tipped $280 at Dunkin' Donuts, and now he never has to pay for coffee again for the rest of his life.
wow.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah, I like hearing stuff
See
like
what
that.
happens? Have you seen? See, I got to go through some of these crazy stories, and some of the stuff is a little old now because I went back. But what do you got on your end? You said you had some crazy stuff
Yeah,
today.
so
What do you got?
I don't know.
Find
I'm on
something
this.
over here.
I'm on this moral. I don't even know how to explain it, but everybody that I talk to, they tell me these stories, and some of it blows my mind because I'm like, oh God, that's real shitty. Or is that moral? Or are you a good person? Or are you a shit person? And like I tell you, if you just Google stuff, when I Googled something, it's actually hilarious what come up. But here's a question. Here, the moral of the story, I'm going to call it, right? There's a lot of just moral dilemmas out there. So this is one of them. So who is wrong in this situation? If a married man approaches a woman, or if the lady that the man approaches accepts the man knowing he's married, who's wrong? Where's the moral code on either part of that? Is there a moral code if a married man is trying to hook up with a woman, or is he wrong, or is the woman who's accepting him approaching her knowing he's married, is she wrong? Are they both shit boxes? I mean, that would be my answer, kind of. But then there's all kind of.
All right. Well, okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I think definitely, obviously the married man would have to be wrong on that, but so would so would be the woman for doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're both wrong, right? I think that, if you do stuff like that, you're just, I don't know. I see things like this happening all the time. And then you ask, well, who's wrong? And then another thing is I was reading about just relationship stuff because I think that there's just a lot to relate to people that were watching. So this is something I read. It's called the 777 rule for relationship, for marriages, relationships, and all that. It says every 7 days you should go on a date. Every 7 weeks you should go on a little mini trip or a couple days away, like a little weekend. And every 7 months, you should plan a little vacation. If financially you can afford that.
Okay.
They say if you do those 3 things, if you actually like the person you're with, that should actually strengthen your relationship. It should keep it, stronger.
Now, do you think that? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's a great outline. Yeah, I can see.
Right.
Do you think that can happen in this day and age with busyness and everything going on? Do you think they can actually do that?
I think that once a week a date, you should try. It could be any kind of date. Like I saw this meme, and it was like obviously this really good looking guy he was built and he was in a couch, and it said we should really stop doing the whole going out on dates thing. We should do nap dates where you come over, put on one of my hoodies, lay down next to me, we eat junk food, and we take a nap. I was like, that sounds good. That sounds great. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to get up, get ready, go get dressed up, spend money everywhere. I don't know. I'm just at the point now where I don't want to run all over the place all the time. And I do. I have all the time. I never minded it before. Now it's like, I'm so tired when I get home. I'm like, I don't know. It would be kind of nice to take a nap, do a nap date. It would be fine with somebody
Nap days work good too. But I also know a lot of people that sometimes if it's too much napping, you grow really fast.
Oh, well,
That's another
yes.
thing.
And
And
that's,
I noticed that the nap thing only works in winter time when nobody wants to
mhm,
go outside in the cold. Once there's the
yes.
lake and summer festivals and all that stuff,
Mhm,
people are going to go out all the time. So yeah,
yes.
you do have a point there.
Right.
That does make sense on that end. So yeah, we're getting all. You're absolutely right on. We're getting rights on both sides there. I like that. All these questions
Mhm.
here. Yeah. What do you do when you get older and it's physically impossible to do that? Well, that's a different story. That's a
The-
different story when you get to a certain age of some things you can't get up all the time or you
Yeah.
can't. Well, that's completely different. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That
That's different.
to answer your question, Donald, absolutely.
Mhm,
We're going back to the Carol, the No Kings protest, which is I found kind of weird. And tell me what you think of this,
mhm.
or ironic. The New York City No Kings protesters protest against authorization, or they don't like this. What's going on with the government with Donald Trump, but
Right.
they will vote for a communist mayor in New York City.
Mhm.
Now, tell me where that nuts?
Yeah, it is. It is. They don't know what they want. They
They
just don't
don't.
know. I think they just want to be part of the problem. They just want to be part of the problem. They want to bitch and moan without like being part of the solution. They just want to bitch and moan,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's it. And no one wants illegal. So many people that you talk to, they don't want the illegal immigrants here, especially the criminals. How are you going to be pissed off that they're removing criminals daily, drug dealers, these, I mean, these uh, pornographers, these child traffickers? Why would that bother you? I mean, to me, I would investigate somebody that it doesn't, that it bothers. I think you need to be investigated. If
Yeah.
that bothers you, what's your deal? Like, what skeletons do you have hiding in your closet? That's what I want to know because it
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean,
make any sense.
I know some Mexican people, friends of mine. I know some that are Hispanic. I know that, and they're upset, very upset that there's people out. They came here, did the paperwork, did what they had to do,
Mhm.
became citizens,
Yep.
working hard, and they're upset. They don't want these other guys doing and walking away without paying taxes and without doing things. Look at the police officer in Hanover Park. He was a cop. They just found
Mhm.
out whatever.
Right.
He just let the paperwork slide for 10 years. You
Well,
let
yeah, they get
something
lost in the
slide like
shuffle.
that.
Yep.
You might,
Yep. And that's
yeah,
how
but you're
they
doing that. That's purposely
right.
done to
Of
evade doing
course.
it. Why?
Mhm. Mhm.
Now he lost
Yep.
his job.
Yeah. I mean, like I think Ron Onesti had posted a video yesterday, I think it was, about the Italians that came here many years ago. They immigrated here and they were treated very poorly, very poorly. Just I mean, just like and somebody said the Greeks too. Listen, the Greeks, all of
Yeah.
them, we're all immigrants, right? Like the Greeks, the Italians, the
Yes.
Polish people, like where I lived on the south side of Chicago, our entire neighborhood was a melting pot. It was a little
Yeah.
everything, Irish, Greek, and what they did is what it was showing was, yeah, we got knocked down. Our grandparents, great grandparents came here with nothing. They came here with nothing, but you know what they knew? They knew where they came from. Not that they didn't love their country, but there was just no way to make money, to live the life they wanted to live. They came here and still felt so grateful that they were just here. That was their opportunity, that they were here. That's what they looked at as their opportunity. And they did what they had to do to create more opportunities. They worked hard. They
Yeah.
did what they were
Every single one of
supposed
them.
to do. To go, when you go to somebody's house, you follow their rules, right? That's what you do.
Correct.
You're an ignorant guest, right? And you're not going to be invited back. So it's very simple. So now when they came to the country, they follow the law. They felt grateful to be here. It's all about being grateful, and really then did what they had to do. And they took the hits, a lot of them. We know this. My grandparents had stories, great grandparents had stories. Everybody we know has a story. And you know
Has a
what? They
story.
worked at factories. They worked their asses off, in these factories. My grandmother, my grandfather, Nabisco was the one by our house at the time. That's where they immigrated to. But, they did what they had to do, and they worked hard, and they opened up they became part of the solution. Guess what? The Italian people, like I said, they opened up delis, they did construction, all the different things they did. Greeks got the restaurants. We were feeding people. You know, this is what it is. That is the American dream. That is the American dream. And so they came here and became part of the solution. They came here and they built things and they made it better. If you're not here making it better, get the fuck out. Like, honestly, I am just at that point.
I agree with 100%. And, you know, some of them, when they came here, folks, some of them couldn't. They didn't have any skills or anything like that. That's why that whole mafia thing, I mean, whatever I want, even though it's crooked and whatever happened with that, look at the organization that they built. Look at that organization that they built. Look at all they did and how long it took till someone actually brought them down.
Yep.
I mean, they owned everything and they came with nothing, these people. And not just it's like you said, the Greeks, the Hispanic, Native Americans, all of them to some degree, right?
Yeah.
I think people took a turn getting shit on. Thank you, Boyd. You're absolutely right.
That's true.
But here's something that gets me, guys. Don't be mad at ICE and President Trump for mass deportations. Look, be mad at these two clowns that opened the border, that let 20 million invaders while creating a humanitarian crisis. Now we're paying for it. These we're talking about former President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris letting these people in. 20 million.
They had the red carpet treatment. Yes,
the red carpet treatment.
Yep, they sure did. That's on them. That's on them. All of it. It's their fault.
Every single one of them was on that. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's talk about something funny before we do that. Armando Supermarkets, buy local, shop local. Danny Mazzi, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. Our good friend Danny Mazzi. A Florida man stole $10,000 from his girlfriend to place a bet. He won $1 million. He gave his girlfriend back $10,000, and now she's suing him for $500,000.
What?
Okay, he stole the money. He stole the money. That was wrong. He stole the money.
Right.
Then he won, and he paid her back. He should have paid her back with interest. He should have paid her back. He should have gave her something. The woman claims it was an investment, not theft. He says she didn't even know the money was gone until after he won.
An investment, not theft. Perfect.
The internet is divided. Some say he owes her nothing. Others think she deserves a cut. What about if you gave her $500,000 out of that?
This is part of the moral question. I'm telling you, everything that we hear and see nowadays, what's the answer? Are you like that? Remember that am I the asshole thing I would ask you, am I the asshole? Yeah. So like, these are the questions. This is morals and ethics. Either you've got them or you don't. Okay. Or you're going to be afraid to screw somebody because they're going to have you killed. So it's the fear of God.
There's also circumstances. There's also sometimes different circumstances on all that particular stuff that you go.
Of course.
So I understand. Yeah, we do make a point. And then there's revenge and shit like that. Look at this revenge. A bride reads out her finances. Wait, excuse me. A bride reads out his fiance's affair texts, their wedding vows. Weddings don't always go as planned. Just days before her big day, one bride discovered her fiancé was involved in a long-term affair. Instead of quietly calling off the wedding, she took a bold, unforgettable approach. Instead of reading her vows, she wrote, wow. That's in front of the family. That's in front of all the friends. That's called balls. But you know what? Pretty original.
Yeah,
that's pretty original.
She showed him. I would have married him and then just screwed him over like financially for at least 5 or 6 years and then take him to the bank.
Yeah, but then there's too much. Yeah, then there's too much. You got to end it the way it is. You know, but like you're absolutely right. You know what I just found this here, according to SaveTown.com, SaveYourTown.com. The U.S. now has more unemployed people than job openings. the first time since April of 2021, there are more people looking for jobs than there are opening in the United States. Wow, 7.2 million, while number of unemployment rose slightly higher than 7.24 million. Now, these are probably regular, like corporate jobs or CEO jobs or something, because I see every restaurant that I pass looking for help. Help wanted, help wanted, help wanted anyway.
Lazy.
So
people are lazy. They don't want to work. It's not that they can't get a job. They don't want to because they're getting free money from the government. It's a trickle down effect. This is what's happening. This is why it has to stop. They're getting paid to be lazy.
I agree with you 100%. And laziness, you know what? Laziness leads to everything. And also like the kids let's go back to like our school district, how they teaching the kids to maybe to become future adults, everything like that. Look at this. Illinois has 24 schools where not one single student can read at the grade level. There's a list of schools here. Austin College, Bowen High School, Chicago Military Academy. I mean, there's like a list of at least 10, 15. And the enrollment, 170, rate 52% graduated. Some of them, 59% graduated. Students in reading, none of them. All these 25, 30 schools, none of them could read. I mean, is that crazy?
It's crazy. It's sad. It's no parenting. The parents aren't around. Like I see this every day at work. The parents aren't around. These kids they're truant. There's nobody to find. Like they'll reach out to parents and they don't get back to them. You can't find the parents. So these are the people that we need to help. These kids that are not, there's no one making sure they're going to school, that they're fed. They're literally fending for themselves out on the streets. All the time. This is what I do in my job. In a pretty big way. And you hear these stories and it sounds like they're lies. You're like, this is bullshit. You think it's bullshit stories until you meet them. And I've gotten a chance to meet some of them. And honestly, it's the saddest thing you'll ever see because it is happening and nobody wants to really believe it because it's so sad. But those are the kids that are falling through the cracks. Those are the people that we need to help. Get them in school, get them a place to stay with a roof over their head because they don't have parents. Some of them, they don't have anybody. They're taking care of younger kids that they're siblings because the parents are either on drugs, they can't wake up in the morning, or they're not home most of the time because they're out. Women have even said to me, well, you know what? I got to pay the bill somehow. So they're out like literally doing
what they're doing.
Prostitutes. Right.
Besides that though, but isn't there answers also on that internet and their cell phones and stuff that they're not learning to read, but they have to? How do they look at the texts or how do they look at right?
Yeah, it's their own language too. You know, they create like, you know, how we have their own that little language now with the abbreviations and all of that. That's how they know how to read probably. But they're not reading at their grade level. They might be able to read, but just enough to get by. How are you going to live like that? How are you going to, you can't say that. Look at our parents, some of our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, they didn't know how to read English, right? They counted on their children or whoever because they came here maybe a little later in life. Like my dad came here when he was 18. He writes terribly. Like he can't spell anything. It's all phonetics, which we know how that goes. But it's hard to make your way through if you can't not just communicate, but you can't read. How are you going to do it?
Yeah, it's a scary. And I'm so happy that I'm born now. At my age. Because man, I don't know. I just feel bad for the younger generation. I really do. Yep. It's Ocean Spit, little show about big things. You know what? It's time for the weather, folks. That's right. JRC Ace Hardware weather. And I hope I can get this baby to click in. If not, we're just going to read it off because it's one of those days here today. JRC Ace Hardware weather brought to you by our good friends. Today is Tuesday, October 21st. Friends, everything is just falling apart on me here, guys. Anyway, it's 54 degrees right now, 56% humidity, 15-mile-an-hour winds, and there's going to be rain starting at 4 o'clock, 50% rain, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's going to be your day today, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. And, let's get used to it, folks. Fall is coming, and this is what it is. Busy week tomorrow. Not tomorrow. tomorrow. Thursday will be at Positano's in Oak. Jerry Jams and Kim Peterson LaFew. If you've known Peterson, she's fantastic. Lisa P is in Florida.
Mhm.
So Kim was kind enough to come in for that day. So it's going to be a great show on Thursday. Friday, Chicago Prime with Jerry Jams. Saturday, back to one of my favorites, Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. And Sunday, we'll be going the Italian-American hardcore Italian Blackhawks night. And all of us are going to the Blackhawk game. Thank you, Mikey, for that. That's going to be fun. Again, before the end of the hour, we're going to go away a trivia question. So you guys can win 2 free tickets to the Tony Ocean and Friends show Sunday, November 9th at 3 o'clock. We'll give away a trivia question and we'll give you away 2 tickets. And don't forget tonight at 7:30, another Ocean Spit live remote with Richie from Seventh Heaven talking about the MSC World America cruise ship, which is going to be cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right. So much more also coming up. I know. Go ahead, Carol. What were you saying?
Okay. I was just going to say, when you can finish your whatever you were going to say. And then I was going to tell you about something that I planned for the kids and myself.
Go ahead. Do it.
Oh, so remember how I told you that kids are going to get experiences? You know, these are going to be like their gifts right now.
Okay.
Experiences are expensive. Let me tell you, this one's going to kill me. But I told you that we were going to, I'm taking the kids to New York. Okay. Gianni's been there a few times. He loves New York. I love New York. Eliana's never been. Her 14th birthday. It's her golden birthday, November 14th. So she really wants to go to New York, but the biggest reason is this podcast that she watches, like these 30-year-old guys, but they are funny, very inappropriate I think for a 14-year-old girl. Let's do, but you know what? Like I said, that's how I was raised, and I turned out okay. We don't really shelter my kids, but they're funny. So she wanted to go see them. Okay. So she found tickets herself online. I purchased them a couple months ago. They were fairly good price at Madison Square Garden, which I've never been there.
Oh,
so,
beautiful.
Yeah. So we're going to
look what I'm wearing. Look what I'm wearing. New York Knicks.
Right.
There you go.
Oh my God.
All right.
So this is the bad part. So the experience we're going to have. So Gina, her daughter, and our friend Michael. So there's going to be, so I'm really going to show my kids what a trip is like. It's going to be like spring break up in this bitch because it's one room because we don't have this kind of money. So we had great airfare. Okay. $89 round trip. You can't beat that. So other than that, it's airfare or it's a hotel, which you gave me a name of someone and I went through them. Yeah. So we're going to be like less than a mile away from the Rockefeller Center. So that's a pretty good location. Okay. Yeah. And I think the price is good, but still 6 of us, 1 room, 2 queen size beds. So Eliana is like, started bitching already. And she's like, listen, I run around like a chooch for her. I said, you know what? You run me around. I might as well have a leash on with you because you just run me around. Like that's a fact. And she's like, well, who's going to sleep on the bed? And I'm not sleeping where Gianni is and blah, 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 blah. And she's already bitching. And I said, if you're going to bitch, you're staying home and I'm going to go in place and I'm going to do your birthday. So we're now trying to figure out who's sleeping in what bed. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. We're going to be there for 4 full days. And I told them we're walking everywhere. Bring your walking shoes because it takes longer to get places down there in a taxi than it does walking because you're stopped in traffic, right?
Because you're stopping in traffic the whole time. I've been to New York many times. You're stuck in traffic. Uber, forget the Uber. If you can, I mean, if it's real far, it's one thing, but otherwise take it. Yeah. And
so, I want to ask people where to go, what to do. Like, obviously we're going to eat like God knows what, but you know, there's food places.
I got 2 restaurants you guys got to go to. I'll text you the name of the restaurants and the owners.
Yeah. So people let me know what I should do. We're going to be in the city 4 days with the kids. I mean,
what day do you guys leave?
We're leaving November 12th, Wednesday evening. So we're going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a whole weekend. So I want to go to a lot of different places. The kids might have to stay at the hotel a couple nights because Gina and I want to like go to like maybe a club or, something, fun and exciting. But otherwise we're going to be walking around and doing our thing. And this show is on the Thursday night at Madison Square Garden for a few hours. But other than that, we're free. I want to go to Times Square. They have to see that. Eliana's not seen it. And I haven't been to the memorial for 9/11. I have not been there. Ground Zero. I haven't been there.
That's pretty humbling. And then if you ever go down to Mulberry Street, Little Italy, and go downtown. There's one section now, it's a building now, but at one particular time was the social club. The Ravenite was John Guy Club. And now there's just there's a plaque, a wall. So that's kind of cool. But so you're going to have a good time out there. And if the weather's nice outside, you can do a lot of walking and it won't be, it won't be what you call it. So it'll be cool. All right. This is confirm appointment tomorrow. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Dan Manley. Okay. This is interesting. You call it Illinois or do you call it Illinois?
Well, it's Illinois.
Chicagoans know the S. Wait, it says Chicagoans know the S in Illinois was taken out and was permanently placed behind Jules. So remember when we said we're going to Jules?
The Jules, yeah.
Instead of we're going to Jules,
That's
right.
funny.
So Illinois, right.
Yes, and it's the Jules, the Jewel.
The Jules, yeah.
Yep.
I love it, especially when your parents and people that say we're going to Jules. Yeah, it's
Jules.
Boy, oh boy. So much fun today, folks. And, again, also, I want to thank my good friend Tony and Brittany from Cucina Bella yesterday. We did a nice benefit for my buddy Angelo. He was our friend. I've known Angelo for years. He was maitre d' at some of the great restaurants I worked at. He was, this gentleman, 86, 87, he died 3 times. Three times he was legally dead, and they kept bringing him back.
God bless him.
Good. So he had his children there, and then Rick Lyric, a buddy of mine, Rick Lyric, came up and sang. Lee Stevens did. Jerry Jams. When I do some of these charities, I'll donate my time. And I said, but you have to pay my sound guy, whoever's working with me. And Jerry was kind enough to give the money back to the proceeds. He gave it back to the guy. So Jerry, if you're listening, thank you for that. Jerry. That was cool to do that. Yeah, kind of cool to do that. Is right. All right, so we got Halloween coming up, and you're talking about things to do with kids, but also for adults. Now I got 3 shows coming up in a row that they're all 3 doing costume parties and giving away prizes. On the 29th, Rosario's in Roselle's having a costume party with prizes. A Village Pub on the 30th, $100 best prize, $75 second prize. And then Chicago Prime Steakhouse on the 31st is having their very first Halloween party. They've never had one before with prizes, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we got some Rat Pack shows coming up. November 1st will be at the Roxy in Lockport. On the November 2nd will be at the Western Springs Theater. These are 2 theater shows. December 6th, we're going to Indianapolis for Oceans Rat Pack. And then we're going to be December 4th with Rick Lindy Christmas show at the Tivoli Theater in Downers Grove. I'm excited about that. So a lot of good stuff happening. A lot of good shows coming up, and we're excited about everything that's happening. And it's just got to get out of the house and have some fun if you can. What else we got? I know we've been hitting a lot about the whole politics thing, and I know it's getting a little kind of crazy.
It's depressing.
It is depressing, and unfortunately, it's like, all right, Carol, man refuses to marry his girlfriend with $15,000 credit card debt. It wouldn't be wise for my finances. All right. So you find somebody who has a lot of debt. Man refuses to marry. Okay, what's up? That's harsh, but not entirely illogical. These days, the average U.S. credit card balance for people carrying debt is about $7,321. And total credit card debt in America recently hit a record $1.17 trillion. That's not my wife. That's a financial liability. A man refuses to marry his girlfriend. $15,000 credit in debt. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't blame him for a couple reasons. I think you can have something signed, like a prenup, and say, I'm not, accountable for her debt, right? You could do that easily. You could fix it that way. But I think he's looking at the bigger picture, which I don't blame him, actually. If she's got $15,000 in debt, she might not be very good with her money. And then his money's going to be her money, because when you get married, it's marital. So he probably did. He probably dodged a bullet. because you have to look at the big picture. It's not just,
Yeah.
I'm not marrying because of the debt. It's because of your habits, most likely. Right. And you don't want to be,
Or it could be, or on the flip side of that, it could have had somebody who had some really bad luck and had to do this just to stay afloat.
True.
That could be.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know the story about that too. So
You're
there's two sides to every story.
Yes,
You're right.
You're right.
Now this is really mind-boggling. We were talking about the reading thing with kids in school. Nearly 300 Arizona truck drivers pulled off the road for failing English tests. You're driving for a company. Do you need to read English? Speak English?
Well, if signs
Nearly 300 Arizona truck. What? Right? What do you think?
If signs are in English, I mean, this is a good question. I don't know, because there's got to be many people who have a driver's license, because you can take the driver's test in Spanish. I know that because I've been to the DMV 100 times in the last, month and a half for Gianni. We're trying to get his driver's license, but I need a social security card. But they have it in Spanish. So, but the thing is maybe they have to rely on the pictures, because I don't know how many signs have words on them, because they would be in English, like driving signs on the road. So that's a good question. I don't know if you have.
I mean, nearly 300 Arizona truck drivers have been taken off the road since June after failing new federal English test. The move comes as Trump administration pushes stricter endorsement on old rules requiring commercial truckers to speak and read basic English. Well, certain signs, you're right. I mean, number is a number.
Right.
It's
not going to end
here. I have to say one thing though. Did you see gas pricing going down? I mean, I was less than an hour away from the house. It was down to $2.59,
wow,
$2.64. Gas prices around Illinois and the nation are dropping, the lowest price in over 4 years. This past week, the average price dropped by 12 cents a gallon in Illinois. Rockford prices was $2.59 in Rockford.
Wow.
Very, very cool.
Hopefully it stays that way. I mean, I feel like it goes up and down and it fluctuates, but if it would just stay that way part of the time, it would be very helpful. Very helpful.
I agree with you 100%. And the last thing I'm going to say about this whole politics thing, when you look, in America, we have free speech. Thank God.
Yeah.
But there is consequences to free speech.
Yes.
And we all know that in times. Now, this one lady, of course, the teacher, Luis Martinez, the Chicago teacher who mocked the reenactment of Charlie Kirk's assassination as a protest yesterday, works for Nathan Hale Elementary School. Now, supposedly she's been fired. I mean, going like this, and it's caught on television. It's caught on every station has got you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're right. You can say whatever you want.
Yep.
You're right.
Well, she's a teacher. She's a teacher. I don't know if anybody would have fired her, just anybody. But when you're out there, you're a teacher. You're representing schools, districts. You are teaching children. You're teaching people's children, and you're going to go out there and mock somebody getting murdered on live television. She had to be fired. And what a horrible human being she is. What a horrible. I'm glad to see
and Carol, and in Denver, there was a protest, and these people had pamphlets and little booths and signs saying, "Charlie Kirk had it coming. Change my mind." And they were handing out pamphlets. Come on.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video of the Trump piñata? There was a guy holding a Trump piñata. Listen, they were at one of the protests, the peaceful protests, and this guy was holding up a Trump piñata. And you know what? People are like, "Oh yeah, come hit it." And he's like, "No, let the little boy come." The kid was like 9. He's like, "Yeah, come hit it. Knock his head off." What? The kid's hitting the Trump piñata. If you are okay with that, you're like, I don't know. This is the problem. And I know people are friends of mine that they hate Trump. I get it. But
Sure.
you can hate Trump, but still not support what these people are doing violently and with kids involved. And talking about and having the sex changes at a young age and mutilating their bodies. You can hate Trump all you want. I don't actually hate you for hating Trump. I don't care if you hate him. I really don't.
Right.
I think you're a problem if you don't denounce the horrible shit that's happening just because you hate Trump. That's why they call it Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
Because you're so hateful and you can't get out of it. You have mental issues too. I will tell you that, because if you can't get out of it, and these women that were taking Tylenol when they were pregnant.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
does
crazy, folks.
My head's going to combust one day. I don't understand.
Yeah, and I said, like I said yesterday, the hate word is so strong.
Yep.
You could say, listen, I don't like that president. Fuck him. Sure. All right. I don't like that restaurant. I ain't going back. Right. I don't like that TV show. I ain't watching it. It's that simple. Yeah, it's good. You don't like somebody, fine. But my God, the hate is just completely taking over. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we're coming down to the hour. I promised you guys 2 free tickets if you guys, whoever answers the question, folks, November 9th, Sunday, Tony Ocean and Friends, 3:00 in the afternoon at the Des Plaines Theater, backed by Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band, Lisa P., Louis Pipes, Ronnie B., Christian Knievel, John Guarini, Stephanie Lemon Brigner, Joe Catafio, and Christian Knievel. There's 8 singers. Wow. We're all going to be having a great time. It's going to happen Sunday, November 9th, Des Plaines Theater, Tony Ocean and Friends. Here is the question. First person to answer the question correctly, you get 2 free tickets. Are we ready? Jim Morrison, one of the great singers from the band The Doors. He died. Where is his body buried? Ooh. Where is Jim Morrison's body buried? First person to tell me, you got 2 tickets and you're going to Des Plaines Theater. First person, Jim Morrison died and buried. Where is he buried? First person. Now, you can look it up on your computer, do whatever you want.
Is this a trick question?
No.
Okay.
Not a trick question.
Because I was going to say in a cemetery.
No. Okay. Where is he buried? And not like Grant's tomb. No, he's not. Where was Grant buried in Grant's tomb? No,
right.
This is a real place. And I'll give you guys a hint. It's a country. Where? There you go. Congratulations, Kathy. You're right. It's Paris. Paris is where Jim Morrison's body is buried. And see, all that took was just a little there, unless you're a big Jim Morrison fan. Kathy, congratulations. You're going to Tony Ocean and Friends show Sunday, November 9th at the Des Plaines Theater, 3:00 show. Tickets will be waiting for you and a friend at ticket booth, box office, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to be giving away more tickets getting closer and closer to the date, guys. So anyway, it's been a great another hour here, Carol. Thank you so much for being here and doing your stuff that you do. And guys, remember, come out and support local establishments. Like I said, tomorrow, Positano's in Oak Brook. Not tomorrow, Thursday, I'm sorry, with Kim Peterson LaFew, of course, and Jerry Jams for the first time. Kim will be with us there, so it'll be kind of cool. Caverna on Saturday. I'm excited about that. All right, so let's see. It's birthdays for Tuesday, the 21st. Pat Denzino from the Great Smithereen. Of course, he's not with us anymore. Jeff Keith from Tesla, 67 years old. Frank Fritz from Pawn American Pickers. Of course, he's not with us anymore, too. 62 years old. Hulk Hogan, not with us anymore. 80 years old. Tom Hardy, great actor, 48 years old. Angela Lansbury, not with us anymore. Murder, She Wrote. Leif Garrett. Bela Lugosi, now it's Halloween. Steve Lukather, Toto, and Ringo Starr's band. My good friend Kathy Crispino. I love Kathy out there, man. God, you got to love her. She's great. Mickey Mantle, the greatest baseball player, New York Knicks. Snoop Dogg, 54. Phil Fio, a great entertainer in Chicago. Eric Faulkner, formerly of the Bay City Rollers. And Jean-Claude Van Damme, 65 years old today. And don't forget, folks, get your 2 tickets, 2-for-1 tickets. Ron Onesti this Sunday coming up at the Des Plaines Theater, October 26th. Sophia Lawrence, a tribute with a big orchestra And of course, Pasquale Esposito singing some songs from Italy. It's going to be good. 2 for 1 ticket. So it's $15, 2 for 1, folks. Go to promo code, go to Oshos.com and put in SOFHIA 50, Sophia 50, and you're going, can't beat that this Sunday on the 26th. All right, guys, and thank our good friends from Ace Hardware. Don't forget to download the Ace app. All new Ace app downloads receive a $10 coupon just for downloading the app. And guys, tonight, 7:30 p.m., live, another Ocean's Pit with Richie Hoffer from Seventh Heaven, talking about the Chicago Music Cruise 2026. Whole hour is going to be on the cruise answering your questions. Mary will be there also from NTD Vacations. It's going to be a great time, so make sure you tune in tonight. Guys, buy local, shop local. Support local establishments. Be kind to everybody. And remember, if you are offended, doesn't mean you're right. Right, Carol? Just because someone's offended doesn't mean you're right. Just be kind. Be kind. It's important to be kind.
Yep.
God bless you, everybody. You have an incredible afternoon, and see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace and love. And Nick Sahajus, who's in New York,